Well, here we are once again, friends. Alex, are you capable of hearing us on your end?
I am here.
Beautiful. I suppose we should get her started. It's fucking Saturday after all. It's much later than usual for this occurrence, and although we don't tend to stream it, I fucking am happy that we're doing it today, aren't you?
Hell yeah. Streaming is fun sometimes. I enjoy it.
Have yourself a nice little toke there, bud.
Yeah.
Gather your mind. Unique New York.
Good idea. I was falling asleep before we started recording. Or before we got on now.
Me too. I had
So I will,
beer and then I had a coffee. I feel better now.
Yeah. I got a monster.
Energized.
Fucking good enough for Sam Porter Bridges. Good enough for me.
Yeah, right? Fuck, I wish I was Sam Porter Bridges. Man. Afternoon and welcome guys once again to Gaming Under the Influence. I'm Mike. Here with Alex, coming from Green Dragon CBR in Woodbridge, Ontario. Fucking Bond's only source, our the local dealer, if you will, for craft beer and video games. Please come to us for all your illicit world hopping needs. We hope you're well today. It's a fucking beautiful day. We spent most of it outside. I hope you did too, man. Getting some of your Canadian suntan on in this inhospitable
Definitely did.
Yeah,
you know how it is. We don't get too much good weather, so we gotta enjoy it while we can.
That we do, buddy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Should I finish Gravity Rush since we last spoke?
Fuck, that's right.
I immensely enjoyed that game. Turned out that by the end it was only 15 hours or so. And it feels to me like an epic, you know? It feels like reading a book, like reading a novel. That's perfect amount of time in a week. You know, 15 hours is a substantial portion of your week. It feels like it's a nice time investment. It's enough that you're thinking about it all the time. You're still infatuated by it, by its ending. You're not, you know?
But it's not like a
it hasn't been rendered banal. It's not like that house guest you want to fucking depart, right?
Yeah, exactly.
To me, that's super important. So, Gravity Rush went out with a bang. You can see our footage and the weird, wonky last boss at our fucking YouTube channel over at greendragoncvr.com. And fucking boys, it was a great game. And I guess it left me with a taste for another weird, like 20-hour-long Japanese RPG-style action game. And it was fortuitous.
Conveniently enough.
Yeah, Nier Replicant, fucking point, whatever the hell, came out around this time. I think it was on the 23rd to be precise, and
yeah, 22 or 23.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it so far. First, since you dabbled in it today, please, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I'm still like really early, like literally an hour, but
probably what the stream is showing right now.
Yeah, right off the bat. Excuse me. Right off the bat, it's it reminds me a little bit of Nier Automata, even though it's this is supposed to be a remake of 1, right?
That's right.
So this is in the same. Is it Nier Automata was a sequel to this, even in terms of like the timeline, right? Like
this
was
is
it
a prequel to Nier Automata, essentially.
Exactly.
Which takes place thousands of years, perhaps even after.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? So I was gonna say, like, the world is obviously, reminds me of Automata very much, except Automata possessed like some sci-fi elements and stuff.
Yeah.
Like really,
this is
I don't know.
Post-apocalyptic, right? It's already weird and fucked up, but like Automata's even more like the world's just right?
I don't know if this like goes that far with it in terms of like the sci-fi stuff, but even without that, the world is cool. I like this like really desolate, destitute fucking whatever it's called.
I like the sense in which it makes some kind of fucking thought experiment to do with our world, like the basis for a new fantasy universe, and that's kind of neat. Like I haven't really explored its depths yet, but I definitely like the vibe and the aesthetic of this game. There's no doubt about it. But
yeah,
like walking around those foggy valleys, killing sheep. I don't know. It's so JRPG.
Yeah, right? For real. Yeah, unfortunately haven't played, nearly enough to really give much of an opinion so far here. Like, I literally just did that. I ran around and killed some sheep, and now I'm running over to the next X to see what's going on. But
I played maybe 4 or 5 hours so far, and
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I guess it's safe to say our approach to fucking talking about these things is not supposed to be like, goes without saying, exhaustive, like a description of their fucking systems or mechanics in some mechanical or encyclopedic sense. Like, it's never about that, right? We're always just giving our fucking almost halfway artistic critical perception of the game as a fucking person experiencing it poetically, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's always how I thought about what we're doing here anyways, for sure. But especially when it comes to something like this, like you can latch onto its core conceits without in any sense having to delve deep into its 20-hour apparently long gameplay systems. Like, that's what they say on How Long to Beat anyways. And though I understand it has multiple endings and all this crazy shit, and like what the content of those is, even because I'm not fucking averse to spoilers at all, like, just to say you can get a clear sense of its concept just by exploring the world for a few minutes, watching the opening cutscene, like the dialogue between people, the fucking... Did you get the book yet? Did you meet Grimoire Weiss, the fucking...
I have the book,
the talking book.
But it doesn't talk yet. I just, I can shoot from it.
Yeah, you're gonna get a talking book. It's gonna be...
Yeah. It hasn't said shit yet.
Yeah, so in that sense, the universe is strange. It combines a lot of ideas from all kinds of crazy shit. Like, the premise is that there's this weird prophecy of a black book that fucking, gives people some scroll plague that turns them into these monsters that you're fighting all the time. Mm-hmm. And then there's another book called The White Book, the Grimoire Weiss, in weird German for some reason. The Japanese like German. And it's gonna cure everybody, and you're the guy who has it, and you take it around and you fucking apparently clean shit up. Classic JRPG fucking setup, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I dig that,
Huh.
But
interesting that, like I was asking before, but that this is what, there's been some changes made, but gameplay wise, is it like a 1-to-1 remake? Like, how does
I honestly don't believe it is. I think they added a lot of crazy shit, but I think the biggest thing, though, before we even get into that, is like what makes Nier unique in the first place is that definitely the Automata was a platinum game. It was a great action game, and this one probably has elements from that added to it, on top of what the original had. But all that aside, what makes it crazy is that in the gaps, between these parts that you see in other games, there's this weird fucking element, this really articulate vision that like fucking somehow solders it solders these weird parts together into a fucking coherent whole in a manner you don't see happen often in other situations. Like, other things feel more haphazard, like even to the extent that I think of something like Horizon Zero Dawn, and it has like a historical fiction element to it, but it doesn't have so much of a coherent vision. It's like, yeah, well, future cavemen seems like the best you could do in that case, and robot dinosaurs, and build a premise around that. But this has like even an aesthetic, like a weird culture that the guy conceived that really like suits the thing. That's more than just merely like transposing superstitions of the past into the future. It's like insightful.
Yeah,
it's an active world building I can really appreciate, even though it has a limited palette in comparison to Western games with fucking budgets actually worth a million times as much.
Astronomical budgets. Yeah, I remember first time playing Automata, and what stuck out to me was there's like that. It had like a really strange intro where you sort of like control that little fucking like you're like in like a spaceship and you're like shooting stuff. It was totally not like a third person hack and slash game, right? It was something entirely different. And then when you would die, because I tried it on hard and I kept dying over and over, it would like roll credits and it was basically telling you like you died and like the world basically is fucking doomed.
Yeah.
Like, it's got this really weird like theme going on with aside from the the whole fucking everything's gone to shit, right? And the fucking the robots are like fucking fighting as like it's so weird. I hardly remember Automata, but that like stuck out to me, that part where like you would die in the intro and it would just like roll credits, like as it almost seemed like a joke. The credits would roll and you could like skip it or speed it up and it would say shit like the fucking
it definitely conveys this like strange sense that the fourth wall is broken. Like they're willing to play around with your expectations to do with the way games are structured in order to make some kind of point, right? Or make a comparison.
Yeah.
Man, I fucking keep seeing these weird things. Sorry, this is a bit tangential on N4G about how Returnal has taken people by surprise, and like, what's the refrain now? Like, we were expecting this to be shit, now it's good. Like, what the fuck are people talking about? And why are they so bandwagony? You know, what the fuck is wrong with people, eh?
Yeah.
It's like things just take off in these weird mimetic fucking cancerous circuits, you know? It's fucked up. I can't stand it.
Yeah, like I was pretty optimistic about this game, about Returnal.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I don't know, maybe there just needed to be a game to talk about this week, and it ended up being Returnal instead of Nier.
I just don't like how fucking the games media is so incestuous, you know? Like, as soon as something spreads mimetically, like, you know, even if they don't talk behind the scenes, they sure as shit go out of their way to make it seem like they do, right?
Yeah.
Boy, it's horrifying. How out of touch with people, like...
What
do I know, man? I'm out of touch, too.
Fuck yeah.
Severely.
In a better way, though.
Yeah, maybe. So Nier is good in all those crazy ways, but mechanically, what it does on top of the original is, you know, there's little changes, like the fact that in the original game you didn't see the book floating around beside you as you were fighting people like you do in this game, for example. Here he's floating around, you can shoot with him and stuff like that. It's almost exactly like Automata with the little robot fighting by your side the entire time, right?
That's right.
So there's little fucking changes like that. In this case, you're playing as there's a girl, Yora. She's sick with the scroll plague or whatever the fuck that the black book is inflicting on people. And in this game, you're playing as her brother instead of her blind father, like that guy with the blindfold on the cover of the original Nier. So there's that pretty major fucking plot twist, for whatever that's worth. I'm not really sure what.
Yeah, that's weird.
That aside, it's peddled as a fairly fucking faithful duplicate of the original game, other than those parts. And I like to kind of compare it to like the Demon's Souls remake, like it's made by another studio too, but with the intent of fucking recreating, like, faithfully most elements of the original, at least. I guess you could say, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Yeah, it's got, obviously, it'll take some time to unravel how, you know, deep this remake of, you know, an old game goes and how the combat system is and all the mechanics and stuff. But I just noticed that there's a parry, so that's cool. Cool that it has block, you know, parry, like it's fully featured. Yeah. I don't know how the original one is, right?
Honestly,
so
I couldn't tell you either.
Yeah, like I never played it, and even if you fucking maybe did, it's been probably how long, right?
Yeah, such a long time. I dabbled in it, but I definitely don't remember anything like that, other than the setting and the mood and the voice of the main character, which sounded closer to my mind like Grim's voice in this game. But yeah, this is great, man. I definitely love it so far, even just for the
even just the idea that they're remaking this game and changing it up, turning, you know, like you said, sort of doing a Final Fantasy VII remake with it, and taking.
Yeah, that's really like what we could take this in the direction of, right? Like, other than the fact that we really are enjoying this game so far, I think the coolest thing about it is that, like Final Fantasy VII Remake, it represents this tendency in the industry nowadays to iterate upon previous works in more than the sense of a simple fucking remake, you know, like simply just
not
the previous thing.
Literally fucking one for
as
one.
It had existed before without any fucking changes, with just, you know, trying to clone it essentially. And in 7 Remake, of course, we saw all these crazy changes to the battle system that drew on Final Fantasies between 7 and fucking 15. And in this case, we see fucking explicit inclusion of elements of, you know, Platinum's systems in fucking Nier Automata, which was obviously the superior system, so, because it's Platinum. And, oh shit, our fucking video is paused in this stream. Could it be? Or am I just talking too long with something? Move ahead. Let's go here.
Push her through. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like there's like a funny. There's like a distinction there between, like, you know, it's almost like sometimes it seems like people just want like up-resed ports. Like take Final Fantasy VII. and up-res it, give it better textures, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking redesign the backgrounds in 4K and then just ship it, and it's like, oh, that's all people want. It's like, what the fuck? Like, they turned it into a fucking modern game, like, and it's fucking, you know, in every sense of the fucking.
At least to see something new. Who cares if it's not the same?
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
And on top of that, yeah, they altered, yeah, exactly, and changed things to, you know.
Any more than necessarily wanting something to be different for its own sake. Like,
Yeah.
there's a bit of both in being. I don't see why this principled preference for either should be the side that we take on anything, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy the amount of like threads I've seen online since the game came out about people arguing about, you know, the ending and how they're disappointed with the way things are going, and how that's like the game is being made in parts. And I know we're like diverting off topic here, but
it'd be great to tell us. Imagine if you made that game, how much you just want to tell everybody to fuck off.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, I'm personally stoked for the fucking Yuffie DLC that's coming in June, so that's another story entirely. But
Yeah, I mean,
in the meantime, we have Nier, which is fucking. I'm hoping to play enough so that by Tuesday I can have a little bit more to say about it. But if it's anything like Automata, then I know I will fucking I'll be quite into it.
Yeah, mechanically it certainly seems that way so far. You know, the cool thing is, again, the whole sense of walking around the fucking game. It's got this weird atmosphere, almost Silent Hill-esque, you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I enjoy the gravity of fucking existing in that world. It's something unlike other fucking games. I guess in that sense it's unique, you know? Not so different than Gravity Rush. You got these weird niche Japanese games where somebody doesn't have so much money that they're afraid to let him go crazy, you know?
Yeah, it's true. It's got a very similar art style too to like Gravity Rush, you know, the like toned down like anime style.
I would say even how they end up presenting the cutscenes, though it's not identical, it's stylized in both cases, right?
Yeah.
It's very cool.
I'm pretty stoked about being another Nier game.
Yeah, man.
Fucking dabble in, especially now.
Yeah, strange times, slow times. Again. But fuck, Returnal's supposed to be good too. We unfortunately haven't gotten a chance to play it like
Most of the
people
press.
who would think themselves are superiors, probably. But hopefully we will.
No,
soon.
we'll just have to wait for our turn.
Yeah. The devs told us to contact Sony PR. We never got back to us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. On Twitter today, but way she goes, I guess, bro.
Sony, give us codes.
Yeah, we're gonna talk it up. What do you think we're gonna say? Something bad? You know?
Do it on purpose. Fuck that game.
Maybe now.
No.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. So how the fuck
from this point, I'm pretty optimistic about that, just from what we've been hearing. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. That'll be cool because that's like, I guess, you know, like a true next gen game. I think.
Yeah, that's what people are saying.
That's what. Yeah, right.
From what I understand, there's some cool elements to it that I'm interested in checking out. Not the least of which is the weird story. Like, you see this fucking strange shit where there's like, you know, strange sci-fi monsters and tentacles and shit, and all of a sudden there's like this midwestern house in the middle of nowhere, fucking planted in space, and it's obviously the mind is like, okay, I want to know what the fuck's going on there.
That definitely appeals to you.
Yeah, that kind of stuff I'm into. It's control-y, you know, like Control, like Remedy-esque.
Yeah, all that fucked up shit just hidden behind fucking regular everyday.
That's exactly right.
That fucking Control is unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. I should go back and play that again on PS5, but...
Well, hasn't there been like DLC and stuff that we haven't really touched?
Yeah, there is. There's no cross-save though, that's the thing. Otherwise, I definitely would.
Yeah.
Just play the PS4 one though.
True.
Still cool.
Fuck, it's hard to fucking keep up as it is and fucking jump back into a 2019 game or whatever. It's crazy.
Nier is worth checking out though. Short games like this are cool for that reason. Also today, fuck, I should stream it immediately after this, is the Resident Evil demo. I think it's
that's
right now.
Right.
definitely.
Well, what's the how long do we know what Nier is roughly?
Apparently 20 hours if you go on how
Yeah.
long to beat there with the fucking player surveys. But I don't know if that just refers to the first playthrough and not to
Yeah, they have different categories on there. You can see like
completing the actual thing. The other one says 35 or something like that, I believe.
probably for like trophies and whatever else. But yeah, 20 hours is good.
Yes, it is. It's not bad. I wonder if the fucking Resident Evil demo is live right now. I think it is.
Fuck, that would be cool. Check it out. You know what? I can check. I'm actually on my PlayStation.
It's on PS5. Do it. You got to install it though before you can pop in, I believe.
Yeah, I think I'm already installed.
Oh, true.
Running around in Nier right now, actually.
Nice. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second.
Problem.
Yeah. See, I see it here on my Google fucking news all of a sudden. Knows we're talking about it, bud.
Oh, fuck.
Get your tinfoil MAGA hats. All in one, right?
The fucking algorithms are working, bud.
It fucking definitely is.
Okay, Resident Evil Village gameplay demo. Boom. Whoa. Killer, man. Crazy shit going on.
Who the fuck?
Huh. She goes, bud. Oh my god.
What?
Countdown until next demo. 1 hour, 28 minutes. Oh, really? Okay, so it's live in an hour and a half from now. What the fuck?
Yeah?
This is fucking crazy, yeah.
Live at 8 p.m., buddy. We know what we're fucking doing then. 8 p.m. it is. 8 p.m. it is.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna be eating dinner then, but
Fucking stream this shit.
stream the hell out of that and I'll watch it.
Alright, it definitely will, man. It's fucking okay with you. How long have we been live? I fucking feel like
We've been, it's been about half an hour.
Yeah, are you down to fucking cut her at this point?
Yeah, I can chop it into a little bit of a shorter episode and just kind of
fuck
say,
it.
you know,
Just make
it's
our
been,
Nier one up on Tuesday,
yeah, but we kind of haven't really had too much time to jump in really, so very early preliminary thoughts here, but we'll obviously have a little bit more fleshed out next time.
Exactly. Expect us to stream more of this game, fucking maybe even later today, and in fucking an hour and a half, check back for our Resident Evil 8 live stream, half an hour's worth anyways.
Yeah.
Shit, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for tuning in too, buddy. Thanks for coming by, Alex. It's fucking been good times.
Oh yeah, always good, man.
We'll chat soon. I'll fucking shoot you a message there, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Alright, everybody. Alright, bro. Take care. See you.